Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and now that we have finished our errands in Osgiliath, let us see what we have in store for us. So first of all, we're gonna talk to Mablung here.
Must protect Gondor at all cost.
With or without Lord Faramir, we can delay no longer, my friend. I fear Osgiliath may be lost. My men and I are in the talks of retreating from this post so that we may aid Minas Tirith. Damrod has elected to lead us through the city as he knows Osgiliath better than I. Speak with him if you wish to assist us.
We must take the victories we can get.
I am glad you have come, Beriathan. The enemy has overtaken Osgiliath and they now march towards the Ramas. We could use one with your skills when we retreat from Osgiliath. We make ready to move through Osgiliath towards the Causeway Forts. Will you join us, my friend? Once we have made it safely to the White City, seek out Beregond. He is a good man, and I am sure that he will put your skills to use if you so desire to continue to help Gondor. More than that, we're finally coming back home, can you believe it?
Will we fall from the Pelennor as we fell from Osgiliath?
The city has been lost, Beriathan. Faramir is missing and his men are dead or captured. We have slowed the enemy's march as much as we could, but now we must see to our own safety. I will bring us by secret passages beyond the enemy camp, and from there we will make our way to the causeway. And as you see here, as soon as we accept this quest, we will be sent to the Causeway Forts, and since we're gonna be traveling through hidden paths, I think gonna change my outfit. This was for blending into the enemy lines, the natural darkness and the natural colors on Ithilien, but I don't think we will be needing this for what we have to do. So let everyone know that this Citadel Guard is coming back home. Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Wait. Wait, just a minute. Or a couple minutes, maybe. Just wait. I think I have a screenshot just like this already saved on my archives. But I cannot resist that. Yeah, I'm really happy to be back at last, Garliv. No, you are too. And now, if you don't mind... Oh. Take a look at this. Finally. Oh. Oh. Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am. Yeah, just needed a couple pictures for this moment. This very important moment.
Osgiliath has fallen, and its defenders fled in a great rout.
They may have purchased some few hours for the people of Minas Tirith, but they paid dearly for it. Well, we're finally out.
I cannot stop thinking about Govmog, and the great ram, Grond.
My brother and I left Minas Tirith to seek adventure and hunt the mighty Mumakil, and at that time it felt a prison. Now I see the White Sea on the horizon and it seems a refuge instead. Can its walls stand against the evils we have beheld? I cannot stop thinking about that frightful apparition, Govmog. Is it true he has the power to skip death? What will happen when the great ram Grond is repaired and he brings it across the Pelennor? We will do what we must, as we always do, and not shrink in fear. Truly, we will let it drive us to greater heights of courage. It seems that some of the defenders of the Causeway Forts fled before the encroaching army, and were slain before they reached safety. See if any men survived and defeat their pursuers. It could be their injuries were grave, but not yet mortal. Oh. Yeah, you it. Yeah. Right, focus. We need to focus. We are not there yet. And the enemy is right at our heels, so we cannot... We need to focus on the task at hand. This man did not survive. It seems the enemy hewed his body after he fell. Well, it's time for a little payback. Orc Slayer of Old Guesthouse, there we go. Yeah, you deserve it. Beast Slayer of Old Guesthouse. Okay. We still need to find a couple more soldiers. You mean I need a valid target? That is a valid target. Oh, stop it. Is he dead? What's your deal exactly? Oh my god. Oh Christ. Not gonna die because the game just suddenly doesn't want to work. That's more like it. You check for signs of life, but this man has been dead for some time. Yeah, I think it was too much to ask for some of them to still be alive. But here we are. Here we are at last. Much like the first time I came to Minas Tirith, it feels like everything we have done up to this point was building up to it. You check for signs of life, but this man has already succumbed to it. So yeah, the very first time I played this, when this initially launched on 2016 it was? Has it been so long already? Well, basically, Minas Tirith was the location I always wanted to see from day one in the game. And when I finally got here, yeah, of course, it felt what I was waiting for so many years. And now, it's the same feeling. We have not spent as much time getting here as I did the first time, but it's still such an important moment.
You found no survivors. Orcs will pay for this.
You found the survivors. I am not surprised, but I am disappointed to hear that good men of Gondor were bludgeoned or hewn even after death. We needed no further reason to hate the orcs, but still they provided for us. We will not forget, and every insult will be repaid tenfold.
This place will soon be crawling with enemies. It is time to leave.
Alright, let me just check what you have here for me. Agility. Morale. So, starting at this point, basically all the armor we get, it's gonna be slotted armor. And in here we also get the chances of getting some essences.
Saddle your steed. Tell me when you are ready to ride.
The Pelennor is white and it will not be long before it fills with the forces of the enemy. Climb aboard your steed, Beriathan, and tell me when you are ready to ride to Minas Tirith. There we go.
Quickly now, follow me.
Let us ride to the White City.
Osgiliath is lost, and its defenders flee across the plain. Can they reach the White City before the enemy overtakes them?
Well, we'll see. Of course. Are we the only ones that are fleeing? There is someone off the road. Who? We must help them. Ah, I see them. Yeah, would you hurry up? Captain Faramir! You have found Faramir, but the young captain is hard-pressed on all sides. But we have found Faramir at last! If only you knew how have I struggled to find you. But finally, here he is, Faramir. I do not know you, stranger, but I can tell by your livery you are a friend. Yeah, you too can do it. Oh my god, I see you thought your men well. First Gondor, now you. My men and I must reach the White City, but we were pursued. Southrons harry us on foot and on horseback, and terrible wraiths attack from the skies. Fight them off, my friend. We must reach the city if we can.
The enemy draws near! Fight!
Don't worry, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of dismounting me. A dart flies right by your head, missing by inches, and then another. Oh.
Faramir has fallen! The White Rider! For Gondor! For Faramir!
Yeah, just in time. Beriathan! Faramir has sustained a wound, Beriathan. Soon the enemy will surround us. He cannot stay here. Ride for the city. I will follow with Faramir and Prince Imrahil. Go now!
Ride for the city!
Okay, you don't have to tell me twice. Ride for the city we will. Yeah, the Nazgul flying above you, trying to catch you. They cannot outmatch Limbot, they cannot outmatch me. We're almost there. You have come to Minas Tirith in time. That we have.
Some dark sorcery lurks within Faramir's wound. I do not like it.
I wish we had met under different circumstances, Beriathan, but I am glad you came to Faramir's defense when you did. His wound is not deep, but I fear that some fell sorcery remains within it. He swoons and does not respond to our voices. I will bring him to his father in the White Tower. Stuart Denethor will want to see what has become of his son. I hope that son and father both will have the strength to come through this. The line is strong. I am sure they will. Still, for Faramir to be wounded thus, and so soon after word reached us of his brother's demise, it seems that there will be no end to the challenges set before us in these dark days. I wish we could sit and speak in a piece of Dol Amroth, my home, but that is a wish that must wait. I go now to the steward. Poor Faramir.
We must hope Faramir's wounding came not from a weapon of Morgul make.
I do not want to worry you, Beriathan, but there is something unnatural about the wound suffered by Faramir during his retreat from the Causeway Forts. I have seen a wound of this type before, but this seems to have a greatly accelerated pace, and the healing hands of Elrond are many mountains away. Gandalf sighs wearily. There were many servants of the enemy near to Faramir in that field, Beriathan. We must hope that his wound was not caused by a weapon of Morgul make, or there will be no hope of a cure if that be so. I told Imrahil the same as I am telling you. Do not speak of this worry to Denethor. It may prove unnecessary, but we must not give him reason to despair for the life of Faramir. The young captain is his only remaining heir, and we need a steward to focus on the battle that is sure to come if Minas Tirith is to stand. Gandalf suddenly stares at you piercingly. Of course I am glad to see you, Beriathan. But there is now work to be done and little time in which to do it. The pleasantries can wait until after the war is done, if that is a boon we are to be given.
You will need to freely travel throughout the city.
You travel as I do, Beriathan, on the wings of the storm. Men may call you a harbinger of dark times, but in truth we go where we are most needed. Today that is Minas Tirith, the Tower of Guard. You will need to freely travel throughout the city if you are to best serve the people of Minas Tirith. Any obstruction to your free passage will hinder your efforts, and that is a help to the enemy. The city climbs this easternmost spur of the White Mountains, ascending in 7 levels, each separated by a gate. Men of Gondor safeguard greater and lesser passwords for each gate. The lesser passwords change frequently, and the greater passwords remain in use for much longer. I will give you my pledge of your trustworthiness. Show it to the guards at each gate, and they will teach you the password for each gate. And one more thing, Beriathan. The men of Gondor do not know me by the name of Gandalf. They call me Mithrandir, and I invite you to do the same. Of course, I already know all that, Mithrandir. I come from the city, I know about the 7 circles, I know about the passwords, I know about the name you are given. I may not know the current passwords, since it's been a couple months since last time I was in Minas Tirith. But I think, I hope, my companions and my kinsmen will be able to recognize me and give me the passwords. Nonetheless, your pledge of trustworthiness is still a welcome. Thank you for that, Gandalf. Anyway, first of all, Stable Master here.
How may I help you, friend?
Now, let me see, I'm kinda lost. Okay, milestone. Here, we might need this. Third of all, something that I've been waiting a long time to do, Pelennor Rewards Vendor.
Haven't slept in days.
No, this not. Scouts Gear Rewards Vendor.
Dark tidings.
And we'll go here to Agility Gear. This one. I've had this token in store for I don't remember how long. But I always knew this was going to be Beriathan's. On one hand, look at we are wearing at level 20 carving, that needs replacing. That was outdated a long time ago. On the other hand, this will allow us to use one of our class essences and get some extra utility here. So, I need to be level 105. What a shame. Didn't think that through, but it's not gonna be long before we can do that. So, at least we already have it. Here we have Rosaran, Swan Knight. Does the name ring a bell? Shoot, we were told about Rosaran during our time in Western Gondor.
Is this your first time in Minas Tirith?
I rode to Minas Tirith with Prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth. It has been a long journey, but I am glad to be able to fight at Imrahil's side. You tell Rosaran that you met his wife Bruidis in Tadrent on your travels through Belfalas. How is Bruidis then? I bet she is keeping busy. How has Tadrent fared with the Corsair invasion I've heard tale of? You tell Rosaran about your adventures in Tadrent where you prevented Corsairs from sacking the town. Bruidis has turned the sleepy village of Tadrent into a prominent stop for merchants traveling between Dol Amroth and Kalenbel. This is good news that brightens my spirits, traveler. I do still long to see my home again. Come, look at the fire with me.
We can only hope that the Rohirrim will arrive before it's too late.
The flame burns bright with the hope of Gondor, okay. This fire burns with embers of the signal fire for the lighting of the beacons. The flame before you connects me to each lead beacon. When I see this fire, I can see all the way to Nendath, overlooking the town of Tadrent where Bridis goes about her daily tasks. It is good of her to keep my home a place of beauty and calm in my absence while I am out here protecting the prosperity of Gondor. Thank you for the news, Traveler. It gives me hope, and it is a reminder of what I fight for. I shall one day return home. Rosaran longs to return to Belfalas after the war is over. Yeah, we all do, of course. Here we have quests in Minas Tirith 21, Orc Slayer, Beast Slayer. Let us talk to Beregond really quick. Needed Masters of Minas Tirith. Yeah. 7 masters, and Beregond is the first one, the Master Builder.
Every minute feels like hours. We can only prepare so much.
The lands east of here are completely ravaged by the enemy. Is it true that you traversed Osgiliath, the Causeway Forts and Pelennor Fields? I almost cannot believe it. The White City will certainly benefit from your aid, brave warrior.
Every minute feels like hours. We can only prepare so much.
I am Beregond, head builder in Minas Tirith. I've been overseeing city repairs for many years though my crowning achievement is without a doubt the Rammas Echor. Now I have been told that the Rammas is being decimated by orcs and trolls. How dare they destroy my livelihood? I would like to start overseeing repairs as soon as it is safe again to leave the city. If you are venturing out in Pelennor, would you be interested in surveying the damages of the Rammas Echor? While you're out there, know that men still protect the outwall at the south gate and north gate. You may be able to lend a hand to Turgon and Ingold. I am sure that they could use it. Okay. We can still get a couple quests in here, but take a look. Here. I mean, as you have seen in here, we received our first Explorer deed in Minas Tirith, and there are a lot of them. So I think we can begin this by using this plaque, see the stables? Yeah, that has opened a new deed, Guest of the White City, in which we need to use a lot of those plaques. King Isildur, son of Elendil, that will open the line of kings. And we need to find the plaques of all 33 kings of Gondor, starting by Elendil the Tall and his sons Isildur and Anarion. And these plaques are scattered all around the city. For example, here we have, well, a different one, Stuart Húrin, son of Beregond, the stewards of Gondor, 25 stewards, and Stuart Húrin the First. Lamlor, Captain of Tidings, Captains of Minas Tirith. You also have in here 5 of them.
When the time comes to fight, we'll be ready.
Introduction for Anorian, we're not doing that yet. Hall of Errands. Let us look for a couple more quests on our way to the second circle. You did! Wardens of Minas Tirith. Here we have another one. 7 wardens. Starting with Húrin.
With the women and children gone, this city truly is a grim place.
With so many people evacuating the city, many homes have been left empty. Unfortunately, there are some honorless thieves about that have taken the empty homes as an opportunity, and there aren't enough guards to take care of it. Would you mind looking for some of these foul thieves and teaching them a lesson, and return any stolen goods they have on them while you're at it? Sure. Keep of the Keys? Vaults of the White City. Oh. This doesn't end, as you can see. 6 vaults. Keep of Belfalas, Housing Broker, we can skip that one. King Eärnil the First, Eärnil Kirjatan, and Falastur. Taranon Falastur. Just gotta keep an eye open because I sometimes miss some of the plagues we need to discover. Like this one here, the Old Guesthouse. And who do we have here? Bergil!
Have I mentioned I'm friends with the Prince of the Halflings?
Greetings! I am friend to the Prince of the Halflings. Have you ever seen a halfling? I'll wager you haven't. When you tell him that you in fact have, he seems crestfallen. A moment later, his face lights up again. All the same, you are a stranger in the city. No. Will you walk with me? I'll show you things to see and we can go places I would be shooed away from, were I alone. Here, take this whistle. If we somehow get separated, you sound it and I'll come running. First, let us go and look upon the rank of soldiers by the gate. There have never been so many out and at the ready as far as I can recall, and I am no small boy. I am 10 years old and soon shall be 5 feet tall. Which I think, stroll with Bergil. Where's that one supposed to be? Before the city gates, I mean, should be these ones, right? Well, come here, Bergil. You find a good view of the assembled soldiers. Yeah, come. Like, I don't have all day either to wait for you. Oh. There they are. If only the sun were shining, how fine their gleaming arms and armor would be. Look, there are others over there. Let us get a look at those ones too. You mean the Swan Knights? Or you mean these ones? No? These ones? You see more soldiers. Why, were I the enemy, I would throw down my weapons in despair. What are those soldiers over there? We should see. These ones? No? The Swan Knights. I know. You boy, you don't belong here. Get out of my sight. Skulking urchins, eh, Hanar? Always underfoot. Cross my sight again and you'll learn a bruise to show for it. As you turn away, a Swan Knight of Belfalas catches your eye. Rosaran.
We can only hope that the Rohirrim will arrive before it's too late.
The knight gives the slightest of nods to you and then addresses Bergil. It pains me that even in this dark hour we cannot count on each other for common kindness. Yet it is ever so. Young man, know that had he raised his arm to you, I would have intervened. I saw clearly that this man, your companion, was one breath from doing the same. But someone elder and stronger than you cannot be always by your side. I therefore counsel you to look before you step, and to learn to judge the character of men before they are within strike range. Look into their eyes. You will learn to know. See that one there, who so discourteously spoke to you? An unhappy storm is writ upon his face. You may grow to be strong and maybe even take the trappings of a knight in your time, but a cautious step and keen judgment will guard you from blows that no armor ever can. A cautious step, and what was it? Clear judgment. I must commit to those words, for they seem good ones to live by. Ah, I'm shaking a bit from that mean fellow, though I do not like to admit it. Let us look elsewhere, on something more pleasant. See the horses over there? Shall we feed them some apples? Well, sounds like a good idea. Take some apples here. Now, is Limbot staying at this table or is he staying at the high stables? I'm not sure. Where would he stay? But I'm inclined to believe he would be taken to the high stables. Why not? I hope he isn't there in any case. kind of a loss here. Without the rings over their heads, yeah, kind of confused. Okay, here is the last one. Yeah, wasn't that hard after all. It is not only horses who enjoy a treat now and then. With you along, I might be allowed in the footmonger's market. There is a monger there, Himner he is called, who likes me well enough and might give me something to eat. Bergil's face grows serious and seems to think a moment. What that knight said about kindness was also very fine. Perhaps if I ask the right weight, Himner will send food to all the children. Yes, let us go find him. Well, there are two ways of going around Minas Tirith. Well, there are different ways, I suppose, but I would recommend two. You can either just follow the epic, which will have you crossing all the 7 circles of the city, and then you will be sent back, at which point you can do some of the side quests. But the way in which I prefer to do this is take the side quests as I go. But that means that this chapter, the 7 gates, gonna take us a long time. I mean, it's fine by me. That's why I'm doing it in the first place, but I just wanted you to know. Lore stores. There should be a plaque somewhere around here. Yeah. Taking some time to load, but here we have it. We have discovered the lore stores plaque. The North Guesthouse we also need to get. Ah, this is for the thieves.
Every minute feels like hours.
What? No.
Prepare so much.
I wasn't. Oh, forget it. It's all over. There is no point. Yeah, I say that to you. Spare me. Well, you're lucky I'm with a kid. Well, I'm just kidding. I would have spared you anyway. But you gotta be careful with what you do. My father is a guard of the Citadel. Bergond is his name. He visits me here when he can, but that is not often. That now gives me a question I hadn't considered before. Which company of the Citadel Guard is Beriathan in? Has he met Beregond before? Well, most likely he has, but still. Which company does he belong to? It's a very good question. Bats of Hedion. Is this at it? Doesn't seem to be. Stuart Hedion, son of Beriathan. Footmonger's Market.
Our walls will protect us.
Himner smiles indulgently at Bergil. Twit's not just for you, but also for the other children. Well, that is a bold thing to ask. Others would pay good coin for such a parcel of my goods. Ah, but who am I fooling? Like as not, I would have given it to you freely. Today, however, I have an errand you may run to earn your treat. This whisk I used to whip up cream for my pastries has come apart, and it is my favorite whisk. I ask you to bring it to Amonel, a tinker in the rights market, and beg her to set it right. In return, I'll have a bounty of sweets sent over for the whole lot of you. And where is Amonel, I wonder? Need it, Minas Tirith Fellows Halls, Footmongers, and there are 10 of those. Yeah, there are a lot of things to do here in Minas Tirith, but that's why I love it too. You have discovered the plague of King Telemnar Sintavarda and King Palakar Formendur, son of Minalkar. King Katanathar I, son of Turambar. The Will and Cask. Huh. Nah, that's what I was looking for. Taverns of the White City, how many? 13. Oh, we have discovered the first one, the Will and Cask. Now, Stuart Gideon Gwadir, son of Boromir. Any other plague in here? Doesn't seem to be. But I was looking also for these guys. Paula Stoutley, the Cloudyheads.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Hello, traveler. Are you an admirer of music? My band, the Cloudyheads, has traveled about from the Shire to Bray to the Troll Shows to Rohan and now to Gondor. We've come to Minas Tirith to perform in its grand theaters and we're almost ready. Yet, in a manner of speaking, we're a bit stuck at the moment. The Stone Theatre is a lovely place and one I'd much like to show my family back home. But the workers within are far too noisy. We tried to practice earlier and they made such a ruckus that we had to leave. They seem like fine, diligent men, but what good is a theatre if it cannot be used by musicians? If you would convince them to shirk their duties, even for an hour or two, I would be most grateful. The Stone Theatre, okay, there doesn't seem to be a deed for this place. So let us see if we can get them to take a break. Good enough, I suppose. Do you mean good enough? Yeah, you deserve it, man. How long have you been working here? Take a break. A snobbish bunch we're working for. Gee, did I miss anything? It seems there is some tension in between the Cloudyheads and the workers.
Hello there.
Oh, thank you. Those workers were being much too noisy when we tried practicing in the theater earlier. If we are to perform in the Stone Theater soon, everything must be in order. Sweeping and hammering have no place in a hall of music. I know it was a simple task to ask of one as traveled as you, but we are in quite a pickle, you see. Our stagehand, Gothric, has been lacking in his duties as of late. He has spent more of each recent day huddled in local taverns than he has with the band. If you would search the taverns for him, starting in the Will and Cask nearby, please tell him his help is sorely needed. Yeah, well, luckily he's not far away. Will and Cask. Excuse me, Meldis, have you seen a nice little fellow by the name of Gothric? Oh, there he is. A dwarf tucked away in the shadows of the tavern.
This is unthinkable.
Drunk, by the looks of it? What do you want? Gothric is clearly enjoying his time at the Will and Cask, but you inform him of Paula's request to return. Ho, I do not think so, man. I've had enough of their demand and not nearly my fill of these fine draughts. This is wartime. There are barely enough people to mount even a meager showing. I don't know what Paula is on about. If these are to be my final days, am I to spend them lugging around instruments and picking up after Gord and the others? Nay, I'm finished with them. Tell her that I quit. You are welcome to take my place, but do not say I didn't warn you. Yeah, sorry to drag you into this, Bergil, but... I mean, I'm helping you, now you help me. We both win. Where is Paula? Or are the NPCs once again taking some time to load? Seems to be like the latter case. Yeah, Paula should be right here. Yeah, there she is.
A lovely day, isn't it?
He quits? He can't quit. This will not do at all, Beriathan. We cannot manage our performances without a stagehand. It is simply not possible. What do you think of Gothric's offer to join us? He seems to have painted us in a rather grim light, but I assure you, we are good folk. If you're uncertain, why don't you speak to the others first and introduce yourself?
I am at your service.
Ah, hello, Beriathan. Paula has been talking to me about you since you first arrived, and I haven't seen her this excited in some time. For my part, I am glad to finally have a word with you. Truth be told, we are all a tad anxious to perform. We came to the city just before the battle intensified, and now it seems we are trapped in here with the folk of Gondor. We only came to perform a show, and if it could be our last, I would prefer it to be our finest. Gothric is a fine dwarf, and I am disappointed that our paths are no longer aligned. Perhaps the fate of Gondor weighs too heavily on him. We could all use a bit more joy in such times. If you would join us, perhaps it might lift the gloom hanging over the city.
Well met.
Polar is playing a drum as you approach, but does not stop as you begin to introduce yourself. Instead, he simply talks over it as he introduces himself in turn. Oh there, Beriathan. I did hear your name correctly, didn't I? It is nice to meet you, and even nicer for you to take up Gothric's duties in his absence. Oh, you haven't accepted yet. I must be getting ahead of myself. Robo and I are busy practicing a little tune of ours, so I'll get back to it now if you don't mind. If you haven't met Robo, make certain you introduce yourself to him. He's a fine hobbit, he is. Seems to be.
Good day.
Hello there! I am Robo Gristback, but you may call me Robo. I am a practiced lutenist and one of the two founders of the Cloudyheads along with my dear friend Paula. Am I to understand that Gothric has abandoned his position in the band? A shame. I'd rather grown to like having so many dwarfs around. They remind me of home, as strange as that might sound. In the meantime, I hope you consider Paula's offer. I'd be glad to have you around as we ready ourselves for our biggest show yet. Diana watches as you approach, but gives no replies as you introduce yourself. She merely smiles and returns to walking about the garden.
What can I do for you?
Paula sent you to talk to me? I am glad to meet you, but as you can see, I am busy at the moment. Gord nods downward at the crowd of women gathered before him. Gothric has quit, eh? It is just as well. You'll do fine in his stead. Now then, shouldn't you be off meeting the others? Sorry for the interruption, ladies.
How do you do?
I hope the others give you a warm welcome, Beriathan. Don't mind Diana, she's a bit of an odd one, if I might say so. You seem like a fine man. Rova and I have come a long way from the Shire and met many friends along the way. I would be glad to count you among them. If you'd like to join the Cloudyheads, you need only say the word and we can get to work.
Stay and have some tea.
Well, we're still talking, so I'll take that as a yes. Thank you, Beriathan. It'll be worth your while, I promise. The Cloudyheads are a good bunch and we take care of our own. To that end, Gord wished to speak to you about some sort of matter. He wouldn't be specific, but then again, I've come to expect that from him. If I were to wager a guess, he might be a bit apologetic for such a terse introduction. Why don't you go speak to him and find out?
Greetings.
It is good to see you again, Beriathan. I am sorry for the manner of my introduction. I did not wish to come across so dismissively. You informed Gord that Paula knew that he would say something like that. She truly knows me, doesn't she? I was a bit distracted by the crowd, you see, but I am beyond the initial shock of their gathering, I assure you. You seem to be helping out, and if Paula's happy, I'm happy. I'll not mince words. The Stone Theater will not work for our performance. My voice sounds abysmal in the space, and it seems a waste to perform in such conditions. I was hesitant to bring this up with Paula as it has been a problem in the past as well, but perhaps if you do, she'll be more receptive. What do you say, my friend?
Hello there.
If he thinks that trying another theater will make a difference, so be it. Goodness knows we've had enough trouble at this one. I know of another theater in the fifth circle named the Hall of Air. We'll pack up and travel there in a few moments. We need to resolve this soon or the war will be at our doorstep before we get a chance to play. Do meet us there when you are ready. The fifth circle, yeah, we can do that. Okay, Amonil, where the hell is Amonil? I have no idea where Amonil is supposed to be. Truly don't know. Stuart Boromir Harn, son of Denethor? Oh, okay, I had missed this one. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any other plates. Foodmonger's Fellow Hall. Well, we technically don't need to use that one. That was triggered automatically. Where is Himnir? Can you tell me?
Our walls will protect us.
The Rights Market. Where's the Rights Market? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I see that on the map now. Still in the first circle, so yeah, that's what I mean. It's gonna take us a while to get up to the top, to the Citadel. Even more so with the first 3 circles that are the biggest. But starting at the 4th, traversing Minas Tirith is not that hard. Minas Tirith has traumatized some people. It's really big. It might be confusing and overwhelming at first, but you can get used to that relatively quickly, and I for one enjoy every single second in it. As a matter of fact, I was in here with my captain like 4 months ago, and I had a blast doing it. And I expect to have another blast playing this. But yeah, it's gonna take us a while to do everything we need to do in Minas Tirith. I am in no hurry, of course. And I hope you don't mind either. The Old Guesthouse. The South Guesthouse, this one we also need to get. You have discovered the South Guesthouse plague? Yeah. Oh gee. Suspicious character. What is this good old fellow? Here? Yeah.
Mordor will regret challenging the walls of Minas Tirith.
What do you want? Mind your business. They weren't coming back for their property anyway. Well, not yet. People would still be coming back home. That's very inconsiderate of you. So I hope you have learned your lesson. What do we have in here? Nothing else, it seems. And here another suspicious character, maybe? Yeah.
We won't let our city fall.
These are mine. I was just moving this stuff. No, this was my chance. Yeah, sorry to ruin that for you, but no, can't do that. Where is Bergil? I don't know. I missed him. There you are. Okay, Amonil. It's gonna be somewhere around here. The Rights Market. Well, this is an odd pairing. The Tinkerize you and Bergil. So,
Left the city with the others. Oh, too late now.
So, old Himnir's favorite whisk finally failed him. Go lightly with it, I told him. Oh well, let me have a look and see what I can do. You come back in a while and with any luck I'll have it fixed. A thought seems to suddenly strike Bergil. Say, when did you get here, Beriathan? Were you upon the Pelennor when Lord Faramir came back to us? How I should like to have seen that. I went to the gates with Pippin. That's the Prince of the Halflings I spoke of. When all the men arrived from Belfalas and Losarnak and elsewhere. That was a sight to see, but they only rode in on their horses. That is fine, but it is nothing to a fight. How would you like to go up upon the walls and see what we can? I hear the enemy is within the Ramasekor now and would like dreadfully to see how that is. I can hardly imagine it. Oh, you don't want to do that, Bergil. Don't do that. Just a boy. Don't do that. You're just asking for trouble, you know. Ah, another suspicious character in here. Someone else who needs to be taught a lesson.
Every minute feels like hours. We can only prepare so much.
Get out of here. You have no authority here. I have all the authority, as a matter of fact. All the authority. I don't want to see you again. Nice saying my orders. The Rights Fellow Hall. Here we have it. And here we have Catathon, Master Right. Yeah, a lot of things to do. What do we have here? The Laughing Halfling. Another tavern in here. Yeah, we're gonna look over the wall in just a moment, Bergil, but now that we're here, I don't know when will we get the chance of coming back here. I just want to make sure I take care of everything.
Every minute feels like hours. We can only prepare so much.
Thank goodness you're here. Some shady character just ran off after dropping this bag of goods. I think they went that way? I deserve this. You won't stop me from taking what I deserve. You deserve jail, so just give back what you took. King Citadel, son of a Thanatar. Oh. King Kirjandil Umarth, son of Earnil. Ondo Herman Ardil, son of Kalimetar. The Clean Waters, what's this? Cisterns of Minas Tirith. We will be coming to this place, but not yet. So, now that that's taken care of, what was that about the walls you were talking about, Bergil? Let us try and find a good spot to look. No idea where I can climb this wall. I mean, I can do it. It will come back to me eventually. Just let me take a look. Yeah, I'm not getting lost in my own city. Not a chance of that happening. City wall. Walk the wall south gate. Look at what they've done to the Ramasekor. Yeah, I can barely see it with this light. That light should be enough. I mean, should be a sign enough of what's going on. Come over here, Bergil. I want to take a look from up top. A catapult. Okay, that's not what I had in mind, but it seems... yeah, the wall is lined up with them. But here we are, atop the gates. Looked out from the city gates. No comment, Bergil? I was expecting comment from you. Oh, with King Elendil. Oh. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. No. That's not the way down. Imagine pulling a bow from up here. I wonder how far an arrow could go. Yeah, I wonder that too. I'm not an archer. Or anything like it. So you will need to ask that to someone else because I cannot answer that question for you. See the enemy army. There are so many. Is ours so large? I don't think so. I mean, after what we saw in Osgiliath? No, I don't think so. What do we have here? Oh. Wargyat appears before you, a cruel sneer on his lips. Boys that can't hit their elders need to be taught a lesson. You sure about that? You're sure we want to do this?
Challenging the walls of Minas Tirith.
And just what are you then? The champion of orphans and wretches? What gives you the right to stand between me, a soldier of Gondor, and that impudent, sniveling little... He makes as if to go past you, then sees the dangerous look in your eye. Yeah, you are not the only soldier of Gondor in here, but what I say is you're the only jerk. Oh, is that how it is? You'd strike at me, would you? Just to spare this urchin a bit of a thrashing? Just you try it. I'm a soldier trained and hardened, and I'll strike back. I'll strike whatever cheeky boy or foreigner I choose to let them know their place. Now skulk away, or if you've any spine, meet me up in the second circle later between the feasting hall and the tavern, and we'll see who strikes who when it comes to it. Let us go, Beriathan. Perhaps Amonel has finished mending that whisk? Maybe she has, but let me tell you, you are not the only trained soldier. I have more training than you, I'm better than you. You are out of your mind. And I'll be more than happy to knock some sense into you. So yeah, I take your challenge. I gladly accept. See you in the second circle. Bring a friend. Or someone who can pick you up after I'm done with you. Okay, let us go back to Amonel. We're most likely going to get that whisk, but we'll leave the rest of it for the next one. But yeah, let us go back to Amonel. And I hope you're running behind me, Bergil. You... Of course you're a boy, you cannot run as fast, but please don't be that far behind.
We won't last living in fear like this.
I will not greet you and Bergil with a low sigh. The whisk is not mended, nor shall it be, for it is beyond repair. Hymnir should not go so hard on so delicate a tool, and I have told him so. Nor will I send you to bear this ill tiding for me. Some things must be faced bravely. A knight cannot send someone in his stead to face the foe, nor can he shirk his duty and let innocents come to harm. Go now. Somehow I think Hymnir will send some sweets to your friends all the same. She speaks nearly as well as the Swan Knight, Beriathan. Some things must be faced bravely. Do you know what I think? I think that you must face that swaggering soldier Oryat. Surely you are a match for him. Surely you can cow him and make him relent. Please, Beriathan, he will not leave us children alone until someone stops him. Oh, and how I would love to see you stand him on his head. Yeah, I would love that too, and it seems that's what we're headed on the next episode, to the second circle. So join me next time as we continue our travels through Minas Tirith. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.